The climate crisis, we're living in the midst of it, and I see it every day with the wildfires and drought. There's certainly no time to waste. CEQA is a tool that ensures when we make decisions, we do them thoughtfully with careful consideration, having thought through all the consequences of those decisions. As a staff attorney at the Center for Biological Diversity, I was assigned to work on a brief on this case on Newhall Ranch, one of the largest proposed developments in California. The more I learned about it, the more I learned about the problems with this project and how it was conceived in a way that would have significant harmful impacts, putting a brand new city on an incredibly biodiverse area along the Santa Clara River, bringing thousands of new residents who are going to then get in their car and drive every day. And over the course of the next 5 years, I worked on that case, pushing back on the notion that developers of these large-scale residential projects couldn't do more to address the climate crisis. They would include some mitigation measures and then ultimately say that the GHG emissions are still significant, but the project should still move forward. But each step of the way, me and my colleagues push back against that idea and saying, no, you can do more. And local agencies, you need to push them to do more. Through CEQA, we're able to watch, pay attention, and hold them accountable. Through a long negotiation with a developer who was willing to really relook at the project and change it, we were able to come to an agreement that would allow the project to move forward, but not without changes, both to reduce the biological and cultural impacts, but also the greenhouse gas impacts of the project. The developer took a new approach here where they said that they would, through a combination of on-site mitigation measures, local mitigation measures, and then national and international mitigation measures, would achieve net zero. Some of the things on site that they chose to adopt were 10,000 solar panels, helping retrofit buildings, 25,000 electric vehicle charging stations, other subsidies for the purchases of EVs, provide EV buses. This was the first development, certainly of this scale, that made a commitment to achieve net zero and showed that it was financially possible to still build a large-scale development while fully addressing the GHG emissions. I think when developers come to the table and accept responsibility for the impacts they're having, then compromises and middle ground could be found. And we had that with Newhall Ranch.
It is an ambitious blueprint for the future of net zero housing that is thousands of homes with zero carbon footprint.
Trying to figure out ways to tackle the climate crisis can be overwhelming. I think CEQA provides a pathway forward. CEQA is an incredibly powerful tool, and it helps us hold developers and local agencies accountable. It allows community groups to see what's happening in their backyards and ask the tough questions. A lot of my job is listening in to public hearings, and it's in those often empty rooms where some of the most important decisions are being made. Decisions about how cities will grow for the next 20, 30, 50 years. Through CEQA, those decisions have to be done in a way that the public can have access to them, to review them, to ask questions. And it allows us to hold our decision makers accountable because those decisions affect all of us. I wouldn't want to live on a planet without CEQA. It would certainly be a far less healthier and viable planet.